On today's episode, you'll meet a truck driver who decided importing thousands of pounds of illegal narcotics was going to be his big score and change his life forever. And he was right.
69, roughly 69 bags equals
29,500.
29,500, okay.
We'll go to Wisconsin, where a man was pulled over for having a suspended license. What the officers found in the car was a once-in-a-lifetime find.
Do you know why I'm pulling you over?
Yeah, because my license is suspended.
Yeah, man. What are you doing out driving? Well, there was a bunch of weed, meth, and paraphernalia in there, man.
Where?
In a backpack in the back.
You'll also meet a man who was the subject of a very suspicious traffic stop where the police found guns, explosives, and body armor. Why was it suspicious? Because the driver was free to go.
Loaded? Yeah. One in the chamber? One in the chamber. Beautiful.
That's all.
Go ahead. Take a seat. Take a seat. Sit down. Go ahead.
But first, we go to Florida to see what happens when a convicted drug trafficker gets pulled over for driving a car with expired tags and reeking of marijuana. Clinton James Dunston. On April 30th, 2019, officers in Orlando, Florida conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle with expired plates. The driver claims he doesn't know anything about that because it's not his car. He knows about marijuana though. The officers smell it wafting out of the car, and he knows about more than weed. He claims it wasn't him smoking it, of course. He had an excuse for everything. He complied with the officers' demands and talked with the officers like it was a simple misunderstanding. The man was identified as Clinton James Dunston, and he had 3 prior convictions for drug trafficking, all involving cocaine. Was he back to his old ways? Or maybe he never stopped.
Officer Patino with the Orlando Police Department. There is some, you have your driver's license with you?
Yeah, I was
cool.
speed.
No.
Oh.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
No, sir.
Who's the owner of the vehicle?
Okay.
Do you have any weapons in the vehicle I should know about? You got any weapons in the vehicle I should know about?
No.
Okay. You mind lowering the window for him, too?
Sure, let me call you right back.
All right. You have the registration insurance with you?
Yes.
Hey, what are you doing?
I got him.
Oh, okay.
I call him. Just checking you have a good driver's license.
Yes, sir. I got it.
We'll go from there.
Yeah, tell me. I'm right here by the
No, registration's good.
Oh, he said your registration good.
The first one you had me was expired.
The first one I gave him was expired. Yeah, I'm just coming in. When I go out now, I'm just on my way in. And I got stopped. I'm trying to figure out what in the world I did. Hey, let me call you right back. Let me call my probation officer. Let him know I got stopped.
That's why you don't gotta let them know. It's not like it doesn't matter right now.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Sure.
so-
I'm just trying to get on for work, sir.
No, you're good. All right, good. So I'm gonna be honest with you. All right.
Yes, sir.
You should be honest with me. All right. I smell the odor of marijuana coming from
I don't
within the
smoke.
vehicle. All right. So let me finish though.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything in the vehicle you know about?
No, my brother smokes, and I was just around him.
All right. Cool. So you mind stepping out for me?
Yeah, let me call my
No,
probation
just step.
officer.
You don't have to right now. It's all good. Just step out for me.
I really don't want to step out, man, because then that means I'm.
No, that
me
means
just
I'm going
call
to search
the
you. No. Stop.
Okay.
Right now you're going to listen.
All right.
All right. Step on out.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No.
Let me see that hand.
Clinton brings his friends and family into the mess. He claims it was his brother who was smoking the weed and he was driving the girlfriend's car. It was their fault he was in this mess, according to him. The officer assured him that if he had nothing to hide, then he'd be on his way. He was only getting a traffic ticket as long as there were no drugs in the car, of course, and he assured the officer that there was absolutely no drugs in the car.
Doesn't have a valid driver's license, right? And then, all right, once I
My
try.
brother smoked, man. I
Okay, I got
just
you.
live
Cool,
I
cool,
don't
cool.
smoke,
That's
man.
fine. So, like I'm saying, so you should be good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So relax.
Yeah, man.
Relax. So same thing. While talking to you, that's when the whole odor of marijuana came out. I'm like, all right, so we gotta make sure you have a good driver's license. Go on your way. But now I gotta verify. Okay, so perfect.
My brother smoked, man, and I just
Smoke.
smoke him around.
Gotcha. So what do you work at?
Florida Site Services.
Okay. You drive the trucks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You just got off of work?
Huh?
You just got off of work?
Just got off, man.
And who's the owner? You said your sister or wife? Or
Yeah, I just called. That was who I was talking to.
wife, sister?
No, girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Just make sure that they're not to drive. Yes. Her license expired.
Yeah. She know now.
Yep.
She get through hip, got me get caught up in the cross of this crap.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, look, you're not in any trouble right now. As of right now,
But
there's
my
nothing.
probation officer know I got stopped, man. That's good. I still got to call in. I'm gonna have to go in.
Why? I want to know this. Why? You didn't do anything wrong. So why?
But anytime
I'm not
you
taking
get
you to jail,
pulled-
right?
Yeah, anytime you get pulled over,
Uh-huh.
it's still a probable cause.
Well, that's for what? Just so you know, a traffic infraction, it has nothing to do criminally. It's not a criminal infraction. Criminal will be if there's drugs, if there's something else, it's criminal, correct? A traffic infraction, it's not criminal. It's just a ticket, let's say. And you're not going to get a ticket, I'm telling you.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't get no ticket.
You're not going to get a ticket. I'm telling you. I already told you like 2 times. You're not. You're good on that. I'm saying. It's good to verify, make sure it's good. The cars, there's no drugs, and then you're good. Yeah. And this is your current address too?
Yeah.
In Winter Springs?
Yeah.
Okay. How long you been working here?
2 years.
2 years?
Yes, sir.
Why were you nervous when we pulled you over?
After searching the car, Clinton's story is exposed. There certainly were drugs in the car. Officers found 4 kilos of cocaine. Clinton stuck to his story that it wasn't his car because that's all he could do. That doesn't always work out so well when you have multiple convictions for drug trafficking. One in 1996, one in 2008, and the other in 2012, all involving cocaine.
If you fight, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Turn around.
Come here, brother.
Have a seat. You want to talk about what's in the car?
Sir, I just swapped cars. I'm on my way to that. That is not my car. I have a black Ford truck. I just swapped the car, and I just.
You got anything else on you?
No.
Come back here. Go look at that backpack. Go look at that backpack.
Ooh, Jesus. Jesus.
4 kilos.
I wonder he's so nervous. I'm literally telling him why he's so nervous.
Dude. Bravo 52. Actually, Bravo 52 to Bravo 50. Bravo 52 to Bravo 50.
Clinton pleaded no contest to trafficking cocaine over 200 grams but under 400 grams. He was sentenced to 7 mandatory years in Florida prison and fined $928. Our next suspect wasn't interested in trafficking 4 kilos. His vision was much higher. Tiweldi Gibrobroyanes. In Gallup, New Mexico, Border Patrol officers conducted a routine search of a 53-foot box trailer and were blown away by what they found inside. The 2 drivers claimed to have no knowledge of the cargo, saying their job was just to drive the truck and not ask questions. Unfortunately for them, they'd have to answer questions, and when their stories didn't match up, state officials had even more questions for them. Each driver tried to make the interrogations as frustrating as possible in an attempt to muddy the waters. It was a classic strategy. Let's see how it worked out for them.
Órale. Son of a gun. God damn. Hey! Whoa. Yeah, we gotta keep it coming.
Okay, can you go ahead and stand up for me? Okay, you turn around. All right. Right now, I'm just gonna detain you, okay? They're not under arrest right now.
The driver had no problem identifying himself as the owner of the truck, but when he was asked who owned the trailer, his memory was foggy and he had trouble understanding English. He was sticking with the classics.
So you're the registration owner of the cab?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the registration owner for the trailer?
I think Javian.
You think?
Yeah, because I am working with Javian. And that's why I'm working and there I pick it Javian.
Okay. I thought you said you work for Lynette.
Lynette is a company.
Is that what you work for?
Lynette is company. She does work is with Javian, and I am the truck operator. You understand?
Okay. So for CDLs, do you guys inspect your trailer load before you take them?
However, it clearly wasn't this guy's first rodeo, and when she asked for specific names, he told her more of the same. He even claimed he didn't know who his co-driver worked for and suggested the company he worked for was unaware that he even had a co-driver.
Gabriones.
Gabriones?
Yeah.
That's a long name.
Yeah, no.
Alright, mister, you might as well tell me where you picked up this load from, who told you to pick it up, and who this load belongs to.
Who told you?
Who does this load belong to?
Already I am I am order I search a load and I call to broker and now I'm fine as a load.
Who does this load belong to?
Belong to before. Say again, I am not understanding exactly.
For the trailer.
No, it's live load. It's the load is this one is not for getting hand. It's live load.
Live
outside.
load?
Live load, yeah, outside load.
The officer must have felt that was a waste of time, so she kept her visit with the second driver short and sweet. She reads him his rights and has him sign consent forms before moving on to the interesting part, tallying up the drugs. And there were thousands of pounds of marijuana and duffel bags full of cash, totaling nearly $30,000.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and state your name for me.
Mehtab.
What was it?
Mehtab.
What's your last name?
Alright.
Alright. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions, and to have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time.
The first suspect doesn't seem overly concerned with the investigation, and his only questions involve his truck and his cousin. It seems odd that over 70 bags and more than 3,500 pounds in narcotics didn't concern him more.
Yeah. So did you fly here?
From here, no, I am not flying. I come with the asylum before 4 years, but I am accepted and I have card. Yeah.
I see.
I have one question.
Yeah.
He said is that he give me the paper and said after before 2 weeks he come back the paperwork. Can send to post office or fax? How can send?
Oh, he's talking about your citation, or not your citation, your inspection.
Oh yeah, for inspection. Yeah.
So hold on.
The driver was charged with trafficking and conspiracy to commit trafficking, plus 2 counts of possession of cannabis products in public. His co-driver was released without any charges. We'll go to Wisconsin for our third case, where this suspect makes the mistake of getting high while transporting his drugs. He tries to smooth talk the officers, but it wasn't very smooth at all. Nathan. In Eau Claire, Wisconsin, a man identified as Nathan was pulled over on the evening of March 21st, 2023, for having a suspended license and no insurance. Things got worse for him when the officer realized he was high and pressured him for answers about where he was going. He claimed he was just picking up his girlfriend, but he wasn't buying that story, and the fact that he'd been charged with drug offenses in the past made them even more skeptical. Nathan was going to need a really good trick to get out of this situation, but was he too high to come up with one?
Hey there, I'm Officer Jack with the City of Eau Claire Police Department. I'm doing good. Do you know why I'm pulling you over?
Yeah, because my license is suspended.
Yeah, man. What are you doing out driving?
I literally was gonna go pick up a gal that works over at Taco Bell.
Okay.
I know, man. I'm sorry.
Why? You know your license is suspended. Why are you doing that?
I know, it's just... She didn't have a ride, and she sits there and literally blows me up all the time. I stopped over at, at Quick Trip. I know I don't have my license, I'm sorry.
What time does Taco Bell close at?
1:30.
Okay, you're a little early, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I figured I'd get there and just get some food,
Even though you're eating food right now?
Well, it's just a quick snack,
Okay, do you have your ID, man, just so I can confirm who you are?
Yeah, it's underneath an Uber.
Can you grab it for me?
That's fine. I'm sorry, man. I don't have my actual ID. This is my expired one.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Do you have insurance for the car at all, man?
No.
No insurance? So you really should.
I know.
Come on, Nathan.
And honestly, I've been dealing with so much shit, having to deal with the court system and everything that's been going on. And she's actually someone decent, that's why I try to look out for her. And
Who is it?
Her name's Christy.
Christy what?
I call her Chicken. What's her last name? That's Steinke. Oh, Christ. You can hop over there, run through, and tell her Nate sent you over there. I'm trying to think of her last name. I have her on Facebook. I met her, probably about a year ago.
Okay. What's a good address for you, Nate?
I'm homeless right now.
Homeless? You're not saying...
When Nathan's name is run through the system, the officer sees his history of drug offenses, and now this simple traffic stop isn't quite as simple. Seeing Nathan snacking on the cake in his hand took on a different context. It was time to ask him a few more questions and maybe take a closer look in his vehicle. He was trying to win the award for the most sympathetic criminal of all time, but would the officers buy it?
Okay. So you got recent drug history.
Great. Suspended. Can't drive anymore.
Suspended, yep. But you also got, he's picking up a female who he's known for a year, but can't tell me her last name. From Taco Bell, that doesn't close for another hour. He said he was going to get food there, but he's eating right now from Quick Trip. Christy, unknown last name. Hey Nathan, you want to step into the car for me so I can talk to you, man? You can bring your snack if you want.
Do I gotta get this thing registered driver over here?
Okay. How far is a registered driver away?
It isn't right over there.
Okay. All right, Nathan. So I just looked at your history.
I know.
A couple open big drug cases. Okay. So you can see where I'd be a little concerned about that. They're going to some guy who's medical emergency. That's why he left. So Are there any drugs on you or in the vehicle, man?
No.
When's the last time you used anything?
Literally, it was like the day I got out of jail the last time.
Okay.
I mean, all this started with a girl that I met up at the bar. Like, and they sat there and they ran me through the court system. You know, like, they told me, like, if anything was going to happen, they'd, you know, end up going and, like, charging me or at least notifying me of what's going on, you know, things of that nature. And, like, nothing happened. And then all of a sudden, like, December 1st came rolling around, and I still didn't have any charges at 8 in the morning.
The K-9 unit was brought in to inspect the vehicle, and almost immediately the dog signaled that he believed he located drugs. Nathan's performance failed, and he's placed under arrest. He decides to keep playing the game for as long as he can, though. He denies having any drugs, using any drugs, or knowing anyone who smoked drugs in his car.
First thing I'm gonna recommend is get your license back. However you gotta do it, because the more you drive around without it, the more trouble you're gonna get in. Because you're gonna get a ticket.
I know.
And stuff like that, and that just piles up. Okay.
I know.
We don't need any more than that, more than it is today. Okay. So after that, it's getting your court stuff settled out, so that you don't have those open cases looming over your head. It looks like you missed the court date. They didn't put a warrant out yet.
I know. I gotta sit here and deal with this shit all the f***ing time. You know, like, constantly getting pulled over. You know, I got God knows how much, you know, like, I mean, I got people that literally, you know, they got this, that, the other thing. They're always around me. Like, I try to, you know, it's like, leave shit be.
All right, Nathan. So, car did indicate on your, or the dog did indicate on your car. Okay, so I do have to put you in handcuffs and you're detained, all right? Put your hands behind your back for me.
All right.
I'm giving you the last chance to tell me if there's anything in there.
I don't have shit.
Okay. That's why I also asked you if possibly anyone had smoked in there at any recent time.
Like, earlier the day, that ain't recent, is it?
That's very recent.
Earlier in the day, someone smoked in there?
That's extremely recent.
When the officers searched his car, it really was game over for Nathan. They found 528 grams of marijuana, nearly 5 grams of methamphetamine, Narcan, and assorted drug paraphernalia.
He's got a bunch of Narcan too, so just watch for heroin.
You want me to grab a bag for all that?
Yeah.
He struggled to face the reality of the situation and tried one more time to convince everyone that they weren't his drugs. But it must have just been the drugs talking, because he had no chance of staying out of jail for this one.
So Nathan, we are going to the jail right now, okay? You're gonna be going through a body scanner down there. Is there anything on you that I missed? Okay, the only reason I believe you. The only reason I ask is because if you bring something into the jail, it's an extra felony, and I don't want you to do that to you, okay?
There's nothing.
Go ahead and sit down. Well, there was a bunch of weed, meth, and paraphernalia in there, man.
Where?
In a backpack in the back.
I don't have a backpack in there.
You're the one in the car, man.
I have like baseball cards back there.
Okay.
Nathan was charged with possession of marijuana with intent to sell, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell, possession of Schedule II narcotics, possession of drug paraphernalia, and felony bail jumping. Our next case should serve as a reminder that things aren't always as they seem. Terrorist with bomb, guns, and body armor. On October 26, 2022, police officers in Iowa pulled over a vehicle that they claimed didn't have a front license plate. After the driver provided his identification, he was asked to step out of the vehicle so the officers could conduct a search. The passenger in the back seat refused to exit the vehicle, saying he'd done nothing wrong, and the officers were forced to use non-lethal force to persuade him to comply. When the officers eventually searched the vehicle, what they found was one of the craziest arsenals they'd ever seen. But later, questions would be raised. Was this a random stop, or was the vehicle targeted?
Plate that's not on the vehicle? The front plate that's not on the vehicle? Yep. It should be there. Is it up there? Yeah. You got your driver's license with you?
I do.
Alright.
It should be up there. I just saw it the other day.
Alright. Appreciate that.
My insurance on my phone. Where's my phone?
You said you do have your front plate on there? Because maybe I just misseen it, but your back plate's pretty well screwed up too, and that's hard to read. So, are you going to go out to the DMV and go get a new one at some point, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the front one should be there.
There's a. Because trying to read that back plate, you know, with it all bent up and stuff like that.
That's why the bumper's gone.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So technically, it's a violation of Iowa code law. So just so you know about it, okay? Do you mind? I'll have you come out back here. I just want to talk with you.
Sure.
Hey, I haven't done anything wrong, buddy.
Okay, well, they're asking you to get out of the car, so get out of the car.
But for what?
Because they gave you a lawful order to exit the vehicle.
What's the reason?
There doesn't have to be a reason. On a traffic stop, when an officer asks you to get out of the vehicle, whether you are a driver or a passenger, we are within our lawful rights to ask you that. We're not violating any of your...
Okay, so what did I do wrong?
It does not matter if you did or did not do anything wrong. So just get out of the vehicle before you have a problem with those officers.
This is when the stop gets weird. An officer walks up to Kevin, who's in the back seat of the police cruiser, and asks if his passenger is Chris. Kevin confirms that it is, and the officer immediately knows that there's a shotgun in the vehicle. How would he know that unless Chris, Kevin, or both of them are confidential informants? That suspicion makes even more sense after the officers searched the truck the two men were in.
Where'd you guys put Kevin?
He's in the back of this car.
Okay. Is that Chris?
Yeah.
Is it Chris? Okay.
For sure.
Is there a shotgun in the car? Where's it at?
It was in between the seats.
In between the seats? What kind of shotgun?
Pistol grip. 12
Pistol grip, 12 gauge? Not yours, obviously, right? It's his?
Yeah.
With the vest?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I mean, what was his plan getting back there with a shotgun with us in a vest?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't want to find out.
Okay. All right.
Actually, my car up with my dogs.
Okay. Well, the dogs are fine. There's a little pepper spray in there, but it won't affect them any. They're good, so
right.
The dogs are okay. But we'll have you eventually get the dogs out of the car, and we're going to get the shotgun out of there, okay?
Can I...
Once we get to that point. Yep, once we get to that point, okay? Just letting you know.
You can hear the officer mention a guitar case. There was supposed to be a guitar case full of guns, but it was never found. They did find what they believed to be crack cocaine.
I mean, situation's a little bit different, but I appreciate your concern. Yep.
I live here.
That's fine. Well, it's fine. No, I didn't find the guitar case. Do you know what we're talking about? That guitar case?
Yeah. He sold it.
He sold the guitar case?
3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Oh, okay. Because, like I said, supposedly that guitar case is supposed to have a ton of guns in it. Not just an AR, but a few. Yep. He already got rid of that? That one's his?
Mine's got a green case on it.
Okay.
I'm just kind of checking everything because I'm finding rocks everywhere.
Before they end their search, they find what appears to be a part of an explosive device. And even more bizarre, it's the driver, Kevin, who points it out to them.
I probably just moved the sign, I ain't paying attention. I don't know if it's real or not.
Kevin faced no charges, and any charges against the passenger Chris are unknown. Jarvis. On July 19, 2022, a patrol officer in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin attempted to perform a traffic stop on a vehicle that was driving recklessly. The driver refused to pull over and sped off and fled at a high rate of speed. The officers pursued the suspect in a chase that reached over 130 miles per hour. As the driver gained speed through an intersection, the officer noticed a white bag thrown from the car into the middle of the interstate. The trailing deputy stopped his car and collected the bag. It contained an estimated $80,000 worth of illegal drugs. Thinking he was going to escape, the driver had no intention of stopping and increased his speed to over 130 miles per hour.
Do you have any other reason besides looking for Winnebago? White garbage bag just south of Johnson on the shoulder side, median side, a paper bag. Continuing southbound, approaching military.
He decides to leave the interstate and tries to use the railroad tracks to escape, but once again he loses control of the car. This time he fled on foot. It's a tough job for officers to locate someone in those conditions, but it's easy for the K9 unit.
1050, one in over by quad. Get an ambulance rolling.
Still going. He is still going. He is on the frontage road by the railroad tracks.
5/8 foot fail by the railroad tracks and the frontage road. You're the car!
The man was identified as 28-year-old Jarvis Starks. Jarvis made the right decision to be cooperative. Things could have gone much differently, and no one would have blamed the officers for using force.
Y'all amazing for not beating my ass.
Well, why would we do that?
That's what police do, for real.
Okay, but we don't do that,
sir.
you know?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Besides everything else, I just simply want to thank you for not beating my ass in the middle of the nowhere.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that to you, man.
That's what police do to black men.
Okay.
And thank y'all for not doing it. Okay? You hear me, sir?
Making that been a sweet getaway on the railroad
You hear me,
tracks.
sir? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
What?
I just want to thank you for not beating my ass in the middle of nowhere as a black man in the middle.
Case is over, man. We got
in the
you.
middle of America.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I
all
mean,
right, man.
I don't think you
So where else
understand
it-
that.
hey.
I mean that from the bottom
Hey,
of
bud.
my heart.
Hey, bud.
I swear
Listen to
to God,
me.
I was
Hey, give me a
terrified
second.
of y'all, bro.
Give me a second, okay?
Feel my heart.
Yeah, I
Feel
know,
my
man.
heart.
I can feel your heart
Feel
pounding
it.
out of your chest,
Feel it.
okay?
I
Do
was
you have
literally
anything else
scared
on you?
of y'all, no.
Okay, all right. So, where else are you hurt? Okay, because like I said, I thought you rolled your vehicle.
My leg, I feel like it's f***ed up. That's about it, bro.
Okay, but what do you mean it's...
I don't know. I feel like it's bleeding a little bit. That's it.
Okay, gotcha.
That's
But
it,
you don't
bro.
feel like it's broken or anything like that?
In case the drugs weren't enough, officers also found a loaded gun and drug scale in Jarvis's car. After analysis, it was determined that the bag of drugs contained 25 oxycodone pills laced with fentanyl. There were also 3 bags of cocaine totaling 84 grams. The street value of the drugs estimated to be around $80,000.
Loaded?
Yeah.
One in the chamber?
One in the chamber. Beautiful.
Hey! Car guy's in the back seat here.
Oh, shocker.
All right, man. Ambulance is here. You want him to check you out? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. So they're gonna check you out, man. All right. Did it not look like he rolled it though?
Like, we lost him. Like, he looked like he rolled, and I'm like, oh, he's down in there. And all of a sudden, I see Dukes Hazard. I'm like, no way.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I said get an ambulance rolling. Like, he rolled it.
Like, negative. He's going.
Yep. He's still going.
Do you want to? Ow. He's going to be going to Murphy's then after.
I didn't know if school cops carried belts anymore or not.
Yeah. My foot.
Jarvis was charged with possession of fentanyl and cocaine, each with the intent of distribution, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and fleeing or eluding an officer.